Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. In this episode we're going to be putting the clutch back, and before we start I just wanted to show you, seeing as I found it, the difference between a non-auto lube and a auto lube washer that sits on the end of the crankshaft, and the clutch sits against it. It's got a chamfered end on that. I don't know if that light can pick that up, but it's not a flat washer, it's got a slight beveled edge. Same as that, but it's very hard to see. I've got a new locking washer and we're reusing the nut obviously, but yeah, so we need to stick that back on and get it lined up again. So the Woodruff key itself, I'm going to have to stick the Woodruff key, find that. Already out. I'm going to need clutch, pressure plate and a brass bush plunger. Right, as if by magic, long clutch that we built up in a previous video, and if you remember what I was saying was that's higher, that part there is higher than the rest of the clutch. So we need to just find our line where it goes, and it should slide when I get it in line, that is, roughly about there. There you go, and that's on our Woodruff. And we need our washer on. Bear in mind that's new, and our nut, close the nut in this case. And I will need the torque wrench for this time. I have noticed that on a few videos that's hooked like that. It's not actually through the hole itself, so maybe I've been doing that wrong. So the hook there and the hook there go like that. Fair enough, seems to work. Live and learn, that's what it's all about. And I need my 14mm socket, so I need to cut away again. Sorry about this folks. Right, I've set this to just under 40 pounds. Needs to be never ending. Maybe I should have tightened up the nut first with the socket set. In fact, let me do that. I'll put the ratchet on first, and lo and behold, that's this sod's law, isn't it? And that's our clutch torqued up. I'm going to put my tool away. All we got now to put on is this, the pressure plate. Again, I've opted to reuse the original one. You hear horror stories with the copy ones, and I don't know if you can pick that up, but there's a straight edge there which marries with the straight edge on here, so we're after putting that in there in a line, and just get a screwdriver and just what you do is just bring that spring under tension then it slips in place, then it can't fall out. And then our brass plunger that's fallen on the floor, which now I'm going to have to clean up again. And what we're doing with our brass plunger is just put a bit of grease inside the mechanism, just to hold it in place. You see that mechanism, and then just put a dab of grease onto the brass plunger. Doesn't need a lot, just a tad. Right, grease out of the way again. Then all we need to do is get these nuts out of the way, being careful not to drop anything inside the engine now it's built. So get our washers out of the way. And I'll be looking for me 10mm in a minute. And again, this one here, I've seen so many people strip these threads out by over tightening it. I don't know why they do, but they do. Right, so the last bolt. What we're going to find now, when we press down on the Kickstarter, the whole crankshaft will rotate now. See what I mean? How easy it is to drop a screw or something inside. Right, so we need our casing now. Don't forget to make sure that that's in place, and then all we do is just offer it up as close to being in line as you can, and then just put these nuts in finger tight again. The last one in the bottom, and I'm going to be looking for my 10mm socket to go on my small ratchet again. So they're in finger tight. Right, let's find this socket. That's a 12, that's an 11, we need a 10. Which is on my medium extension. Brilliant. So again, I'm just going to do these up so they just nip up. 1, 2, 3, and then give them about 1/8 of a turn to 1/4, and then just do them about another 1/8. That's it. And that's our clutch done. So what we can show now is, I'll just shift all this stuff out of my way. Turn this around again. Watch the crankshaft now. Yeah, so we're all hunky-dory, so that'll be kicking an engine over. Right, I've got two choices now, whether I stick the casings in as they are, which makes it a lot easier to get into the frame, or actually build the bike, the scooter engine itself, and struggle lifting it in like I did last time. I think I'll have to suffer the struggle basically, because I think we need to see what, you know, I need to show you how I build the rest of the engine and what I check for. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. We'll build the engine up out of the frame, and you know, there's some parts that are easier to do like that and some that are not. I noticed I've got a bit of dirt down here. That's it. That's our engine anyway, together. Clutch on, clutch cover on. You know, all of the gaskets now can be trimmed off. And also, what I meant to show you before is this is a matching engine set. If you've got different numbers here or anywhere between the two halves, you've got a non-matching engine, which could mean that this is not machined correctly. And I don't know if we've got enough light on there to show you where it says Mazzucchelli on it. Yeah, they're racing. I don't know if we can actually see that or not. I've got some of the rubbish on the crank there as well, so that'll give me a chance to give that a clean. And I'll explain about the sealing pad in a minute. I'll just rotate that crankshaft again, and bear in mind I'm doing the mag side here, and I can turn my whole engine over here. I know it's not under compression, but we're looking for an even gap here and here, which I think that's just about perfect, to be honest. I'm going to just rub inside here as well and get the mag flange clean. The flange is clean. And what we'll be doing is just trimming that down when we come to put the cylinder on. No big deal to leave it as it is at the moment, because we got our oil seals in, our crankshafts in, our clutches on, our gearbox is in, our crucifix is in, our cush drive is in, our kickstart's in. Perfect. Right, so I'm going to end that video there. I'm going to have a tidy up. You'll be probably pleased to hear. And I think when we come back, we're going to put on the cylinder, and I'll put on the air box and the carburetor itself, because again, you know, there's torque settings for them if you want to do it by the torque. Again, you know what I always say, tight as you can get it, and then a little bit more. So yeah, I'll just put these bits and bobs away that I got out earlier. And again, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and the next one will be the cylinder, piston, cylinder and head on. Bye for now.